excited today. Today is our first acrylic dot art session. I hope you all are also excited. I got a lot of questions about the supplies, so don't worry guys. Today we are going to go very slow, and today we'll talk a lot about all the supplies and what are the possibilities and how we can get different kind of sizes of the dots. If we don't have the dot tools, still we can make an art, right? And audio is very low. Okay, Ankita is helping me out in the chat if she can set up the audio. Is it Ankita? Did you? Okay, thank you. Please write down now if still it is little low. So yeah, and thank you, Yashvi. Oops. So Mahi is still getting my voice little low. Let's see. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Music and music a little slow. Okay, I will try to speak a little louder. So we have made a lot of dot mandalas. I'm making dot painting since like long ago, but right now I would like to share some of my artwork in the dot painting with you guys. And I cannot show all of them, but few of them which I have right now with me, as you can see. Like this is the one which I made with one of the students. This is one other. So it is not really necessary to make a mandala with the dot painting. We can make few other different kind of styles with dot painting. You can make this for your parents' anniversary or for best friend or birthdays or anything, and you can gift something like that. And this is the one Ankita made this one, and this one is not on the canvas. This one is on the wooden panel, as you see. So it is not really necessary to work on the wooden canvas. Wooden panels are actually the best option for the dot painting, especially because you know when you work on the canvas, so canvas sometimes like give a little movement in the canvas when you put the dot. But when you are working on this wooden panel, this is hardboard, so like you work really very nice, and it's kind of the very flat. So again, Ankita made this one, and let me show you. This is a little bigger size. This is the flower of life mandala, and you know our next mandala art session, the every Saturday one, we are going to draw the flower of life, something like that, in the next pattern which I have designed. So this is one dot mandala. Here is one more, which is I made kind of 2-3 years ago, and I really like this one. This pattern is really pretty and beautiful. This is a small 6-side pattern. As you can see, the peacock style. I love the colors and the design, and you can see this is a like kind of 6 sides of this one. And as I told you, like it's not really necessary. So like for the smaller kids, they love to make this one, and this is so easy. They can work with the like kind of the Q-tips and very small things, whatever is lying around at home, which we are going to talk now after a while. And here are a few more. Let me show you quickly 2 more. Like this is one kind of sunflower style, and this is one a little intricate. We might do later in our these series with little different kind of colors. And it's not really necessary to work. You can make magnets. You can stick little the magnetic tape, and you can stick them on the magnet, or you can turn them around into the beautiful key rings. They are beautiful wooden panels. You can use them in any ways. So they are all like different, these little mandalas. So you can make actually dot painting on the rocks, and you can make dot paintings on the cups on your tea, like that. You can bake them and you can use them daily. They are dishwasher safe, and you can make your personalized cup. You can gift them and make them. And this is our first mandala which we are going to start. These are the 2 versions of that. This is the one on a 8" by 8" round, and this is the one on I think this is 12" by 12". Let me count it quickly. Yeah, this is kind of the 12" by 12" square, the same style, and this is the smaller one. So they both are pretty much similar. This is our first project which we are going to do, so it is absolutely up to you. When we are going to make the actual project, you can make the bigger canvas and you can work on that, or you can work on a smaller, you can work on a square, you can work on a circle. So it is absolutely up to you. So before you start your first project, what I want that everybody to start work on the black paper first, and then try your color scheme, try your dotting tools, and then decide what size actually you want. So don't decide right now, but I just showed you the options. Awesome. Now let's shift my camera to my art table and then let's start working. Yay! Ankita, can you please shift my camera? Thank you, Ankita. And as you can see here, okay, so here is my black cardstock and I cut it into 8" by 8". As you can see, this is 8" by 8", and would a flat canvas work well? Yes, a flat canvas work well. Lekya, you mean the canvas panel? That is absolutely great. If so, how do you hang up flat canvases in your home? So like you see, I didn't show you this one. I forgot to show you. Like this is a kind of, if you can see in the small window with me, this is a canvas panel. They all are the canvas panel, and you see those double-sided tapes of what brand, I don't know, 3M brand or something. Like they don't stick on your wall and they are very easy to take it off. So they are really very good to stick your canvas panels on the wall if you are just sticking like that. Otherwise, like canvas panels are very easy to get the frame, you know, so you can get them framed. Let me show you one canvas panel which I framed. I forgot to show you this. So like this is the canvas panel which I framed, if you see. So here I framed it. This is the canvas panel of 8" by 8", and you can easily frame them. And I made this one also with this, so that this is a kind of set and the same color scheme, and you can decorate them and put them together. So yeah, this is one option. Thank you, Lekya Bella, for reminding me, because there are so much stuff I don't really remember what to show. Thank you, Monica. So I love dot mandalas, and yeah, let's start. So as you guys already know how to divide your paper into 12 parts. Do you guys want me to divide one more time? I can do it quickly in this white paper. It's already done on the black. I'm doing on a white so that you guys can see it clearly just for the video purpose. But actually I would like everybody to start working on the black one. So please make marks on your black paper, because most of our mandalas we are going to work on the black base. But that's not the rule. You can work on any color, right? But generally on the black it would be easier to clean at the end also, and the colors pops very well on the black. I made one Om mandala that I sticked in my puja ghar. I cannot show you here. You can see the Om mandala video in my YouTube channel. That is on the maroonish color, and yeah, so I'm doing on the white paper just to show you guys for the video purpose. But actually this is the final thing which I would like everybody to get ready with. Divide your paper into the 12 sections and 8 centimeter 8 concentric circles. I'm doing it quickly on the white paper so that you guys can see. If you are new to this session and if you don't know how to divide it, the easier way is join the corner to corner, corner to corner. And then you get the center here, and the center is at the 4 centimeter, you know, so mark a 4 centimeter on the top here, 4 centimeter in the bottom, and then join this from the center, then again 4 centimeters from here. So that's how you are dividing it with the So we are done with the 8 sections now. Show again. So Prajit, I just divided my paper into 8 parts, joint corner to corner and center to center, so that I get my center point here. And this is just for the rough working, which I'm showing you how to divide it. And please mark here 8 centimeters. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, like that. And you guys don't work on the white, please work on the black paper. As I showed you, this is the final version which I would like you guys to complete. I'm doing it on the white so that you guys can see it clearly, just for the video purpose. Do you want us to do it? No, Aruna, that's what I'm just saying. Do it on the black paper. Please do it on the black paper like this. I'm doing on the white so that you can see it clearly, because if I work on the black, it would be difficult for you guys to see what marking I'm doing. If you don't have any black paper, you can use any dark color paper. And if you don't have dark color paper, no worries, you can start on the white paper. So I marked on every 1 centimeter. We are going to divide it into 8 circles. Oops. These are just our guidelines. Marking is at every 1 centimeter, guys. Don't worry, Monica, take your time. Just stay with me right now, so that if you have any questions, you can ask. You can work on any paper. The thicker the paper, better it is, because we are going to put the acrylic colored dots, and dots are little thick paint. So like if you are using a thin paper, your paper will absorb and the paper will crinkle. So, and that's why you cannot make your final project on the paper, but it's good if you practice. Thank you. So this is what it's is the 1 centimeter here. Here I'm writing it 1 centimeter gap in between all these lines. And we are done with the 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 lines. Now here is a little trick. We have to divide it into 16. So there are various ways. If you have worked with me in my past mandala sessions, we used our any of our this D or any of our helix circle to divide it. You can use whatever you have. So there are 2 ways. I'm telling you both ways, so please look carefully. If you have the D, if you have this compass to do that, so just put it in the both lines, and you see you will get the 45-degree angle in your last one, right? You can see it is 45 degree. So the half of the 45 is 22.5-ish. So like here you will just make a point. So this is the half of this. This is the one way. But if you don't have this, if you just have the ruler, you can go ahead, and what you can do, you can just measure from one point to other point like this, and you will get kind of the 6 centimeters, and you can mark at the 3 centimeter. So still you will get absolutely like kind of similar mark. So you can use the ruler, you can divide it, you can mark it every 3 centimeter like that. That's how you can divide. So both ways you can divide these 8 sections into 16. Whatever you find easy, you can go ahead and do that. The only thing you have to remember when you are going to join these lines, your every line should connect to the center dot. That is the requirement. Okay, now you are going to join this from dot to dot and make sure the circle, the center line, the center dot is connecting. And make sure again you are working this on the black paper. If you don't have black paper, then it's fine, whatever paper you have. Ta-da! Do you mark at 0 for the circle? What do you mean 0 for the circle? This is 0, Yashvi. And if you are keeping your ruler like that, so this is the 0, and I marked all the way till the 8 centimeter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is, if this is the thing, if you are asking, Yashvi. If you are asking anything else, please write again if I did get you clearly. Okay. Any questions till here, guys? Any questions regarding dividing your paper into 12 sections? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 sections. I'm sorry. 8 and 8 into half. We are not working it to the 6. So where do we mark again? So Disha, mark. So there are 2 ways to divide into 8 into 16. First, measure from the both corners and you will find they are kind of 6 centimeters. So mark at the 3 centimeter, like the half, because we are dividing 8 into 16. We are dividing every part into half. This is the one way. If you have the this B, so you can use this one and you can put from 0 to 45 like that. One line at 0, one line at 45. So in between 22.5 you can mark like that. So there are both ways. You can use any way, whatever you feel like. So please write down in the chat when you guys are done making marks in your black cardstock or whatever cardstocks you are working into the 16 divisions, into the 16 sections, including 8 concentric circles. I'm waiting for you guys. Take your time. I would like everybody to catch up. I'm waiting. Take your time. And if you have any questions regarding till here, please write down in the chat. I'll repeat the steps. Until then, whoever is done, I would like everybody to write down either 1 or 2 if you are working with me, and if you are just enjoying watching me, please write down 1 or 2. Thank you, Edishri. Thank you, Julia. Thank you, Sabita. Thank you, Yashvi. One, if I can keep up. Thank you, Linda. You will for sure. Why not? Okay. So, thank you, Gaming for Life. Now, let's talk some about the tools. So, this is the must-have tool. This nail art tool set is must-have for everybody to work any kind of dot art. Thank you, Aruna. So, but we should never stop ourselves if we don't have tool, right? So if you don't have these tools, this, especially this nail art tool, you can use like this kind of toothpick or any tip of the pencil or the pen, the pen which is not working, the ink is all done, you can use that kind of pen, or anything which can give you this round circle tip on the top. Okay, so one very good example is this Q-tip for the fine dots. Okay, but this is the must-have set if you really want to make beautiful dot mandalas and beautiful dot artwork. Not really mandalas, any kind of dot art. This is really important. And the second option is either you have these kind of plastic dot tools. They are basically not dotting tools. They are basically, what I have are the crochet hooks, because when I started there were no concept of those dot art tools, which I gave you the link, and they are like pretty old for me, and I'm using these. So any kind of thing which gives you flat round in a gradually like increasing size, if you see, like they are of the various size, so that will work. This is actually what you get in your dot art tool set, the link which I gave you. And what I would like everybody to is take one masking tape and write down the number in their order from smallest to biggest, like that. And as you see, I put down the number 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, and they are increasing the size. So this is exactly what you get in your dot art tool set if you purchased from the Amazon, the link which I gave you. And the other option is this transfer punch set. Basically they are for, what about paint brushes? I'm going to tell you, ma'am, I had asked you a lot of questions but you didn't answer. It's fine, I caught up. What answer, Mahi? Let me see, let me scroll up. I'm sorry, what question did you ask? Mahi, paper. What about circular? Our tools and set for the session. What about the circular? What measurements for the circle? Circles are at every 1 centimeter, Mahi. I'm sorry, circles are at every 1 centimeter. And Julia, we can use paintbrush, no problem. So as you see, these are the transfer punch set. This is basically for the I think carpenters use them, or any kind of, I don't know which worker use that. So they all have the flat round surface, and like the crochet hooks gives me the 9 options of the circles. It gives me total 28 options of the circles. So like I showed you the bigger example of this, like this kind of bigger example. So we really need a lot of varieties of the circles to make it bigger and like a beautiful all big mandalas. But if you don't have the transfer punch set, it does not mean you cannot work. These 9 are really enough to make any kind of beautiful mandalas, these 9 tools. But like if you really want to make very intricate mandalas, as you see in the back of me, like this one, or any big intricate pieces, so then this is the recommended tool, which is really helpful. And as you can see, I have sticked the numbers on them. Every tool has the number so that it would be easier for me to find out the size. Okay, so additionally you have only, yes Julia, paintbrushes are fine. Gaming for life, circles are 8, total 8 circles at every 1 centimeter. If you can see here, 8 circles at every 1 centimeter. So only nail art tool will not work. Nail art tools are required and very much required, but they are not enough. We need something. If you don't have nail art tool, if you have any this kind of, you know, this is the glue stick, this is very flat round, you can use that. You can use that any tip of the pencil or the back of the pencil depending on the size. You can use tooth paintbrush definitely from the top also and from the back also. You can use, yes, any kind of the back of this. For the bigger tool, like you have any this kind of glue stick which has a flat circle. So anything which gives you flat circle can be your dotting tool. Okay guys, so you can search at home whatever you get. Yes, 8 circles at 1 centimeter each. Perfect, Tara. So that's all. And avatars are not working. As you see, yesterday night we could not conduct our session because there was some problem in the Wi-Fi or some data, so we have to like cut it down today so that we conduct this session. We want to make sure we don't miss this one, and I was also excited for this one. I hope you guys too. So now let's start. Okay, so before we start, there is one very important thing which we are all supposed to do. Let me show you. If you guys have any extra paper, any extra this cut paper, or maybe any extra bigger whole paper, so just please take it and take out your tools along with you, whatever tools you are working with. Okay, so what are we going to do? We are knowing our tools because this is our first day. Until we work with our tools first before we start our practice, then it's not nice. As you can see here, I'm showing you what we are actually going to do. This is the one which I would like everybody to make. Like this is a 28 transfer punch set. Take your tool, make 3 dots with each tool and write down the number which you put on this. You can do it later at home, like putting the number and write down the number, but just make the dots with me right now quickly so that you know actually what tools you are using. It would be great if you write down in the chat so that I know exactly what tools you are using. Are you using the dot art tool, any transfer punch set, and if you are using like just these tool, the nail art tool. So these are for the nail art tools design. This I made with the highlighters, with the glue stick cap. Whatever stuff you have, please use it. So before you use this, just write down one straight line so that our all dots will stay in the line. And I'm taking any color, whatever your favorite color is. So I'm just taking this pink color here, this light blush pink, and you see this is the gloss pink blush acrylic paint, and the consistency of these paints are really very perfect for our dot art. And I'm here using my number one crochet hook. You can use the smallest, tiniest. Okay, let me read. What if we don't have any black paper or colored paper or only have the white paper? Perfect, you can use white paper, no problem. Although I have a crochet hooks that I use for crocheting. So if you use for the crocheting, I just use them for the dot art. As you can see, like they are very old, like, so just clean them with the soap when you are done. I'm confused, auntie. Why, Julia? Why are you confused? Gloss paints are not available in Amazon. You can use any kind of paint. Just take care of the consistency. How you would take care of the consistency, I'm going to tell you now when we are practicing. I'm so sorry they are not available. You can use any paint. Any paint will work, okay? And if you have paint in the tube, so then just mix some water in it so that you get this kind of consistency. Like if you are picking, like you are not, it's not dripping as well as it's not very tight. So just before you start, keep one tissue paper along with you. You need to clean every now and then. your tools as you are done working. We are testing, or are we doing the drawing that we just marked? No, just keep this paper away for now. You don't have tool, don't worry. Find out some tools at the home. I just told you, you can use any brush, back of the brush, any toothpick, anything, whatever gives you flat round surface. Go and found and try with that. So this is the very first trial thing which we are doing. Take the color, just dip it, touch it, and make the dot over the line. So this is my first dot, second dot, third dot. So we are just going to make 3 dots, and when you guys are done, and so later at the home, stick a masking tape, write down one and write down one here, so that you exactly know if you are going to use this tool what size of dot you are going to get. So this reference sheet is really very useful for you guys to make. I use my reference sheet every now and then. This is my nail art tool reference sheet. This is my transfer punch reference sheet. This is my reference sheet for the highlighters, for the cap of these. So whatever product you want to use, you can use. There is no no rules for that. Whatever gives you beautiful round circle, you can go ahead and use that. But before using, make your reference sheet. That is really important, so that you know exactly what beautiful circles you can make at one time. So this is my number 1, this is my number 2. So as you see, when I'm putting my dots, they are not touching to each other. We have a little space. So this is what you have to practice, not very far away and not touching. This is very important practice to work on. If they are touching, then they will pull each other's color into, and then they will become one blob, and then it will not look nice. And if you are very, very far, then also you will not get that beautiful effect. So try to work them close, but not very close. This is the first exercise for everyone to complete, and it would be great that after the session, if you send me the picture of your reference sheet in the patrons channel in Discord. I would love to see that what tools you guys are using. Don't forget to write down the name of the tool. Okay? So and keep cleaning your tool when you are working. Like I made 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm using crochet hooks here. So whatever tools you are using, like suppose I'm using here my toothpick. So just I'm making toothpick here 1, and look how tiny dot I'm getting from the Q-tip, right? So I'm just cleaning it, and I'm writing here Q-tip. So make this reference sheet. This is really, really, really important. I'm telling this again and again. This is the very first important thing which everybody is supposed to do before you start working. And you know, even in my if you have ever been in my, I think Yashvi is there in my skill-based class in graphite. So the very first lesson is know your pencils, because there are tens of pencils and they all look similar. So the very first lesson plan is to understand why there are so many pencils and what different values you get. So that's exactly what we are doing today. We are learning our tools, what different size of dot we can make, as well as how close, how far we are supposed to put, what is the right consistency of our paint, how much paint we are supposed to take. We are not supposed to dip way too much. I'm sorry, I didn't read. Are we not doing it on the real drawing, ma'am? The toothpick is a toothpick, not a Q-tip. Oh yes. Absolutely right. I was supposed to write here toothpick. Thank you. Oh my gosh. 4, 5, 6, and this is 7. Thank you for correcting me. Seven. No gaming for life. Still we are making our reference sheet. That is the first activity to work on the dotting art. After this we'll work exactly the colors which we want to use on our project. We'll use those colors and we'll work on the black sheet, because our actual project will be on the black canvas panel. I'm making one more line. This is number 5, number 6, number 7, and I'm just left with number 8 and 9, and I'm done with my reference sheet. And then we'll start with our 1, 2, 3, as you see, sometimes, like, although I use the 8 for the all 3, but this is little smaller because I picked up very early, so that you can see that all dots of the same size look similar. So now I clean this one, and now the number 9, the biggest one in the lot of, I mean the crochet hook. 1, 2, 3. Here you go. And our first activity is done. 8 and 9. So whatever tools you guys have, like this is, let me put, this is the glue stick. So I'm using glue stick here, and with the glue stick I get this size of dots. And I'm writing over it glue stick. This time it is a glue stick. You put it in the glue gun. So you can use, like here I'm using the back of this paintbrush. Let me draw one more line. So maybe you have multiple paint brushes and they have different width of their wooden holder, so you will get different kind of, it's glitching so much. What is glitching? I'm just trying to focus it. I hope it's clear now. So from the back of this, so this is from the back of the paintbrush. So whatever paintbrush you are using, don't forget to write down the name of that paintbrush or the number of that paintbrush, so that at later you won't forget, or maybe you can put a masking tape the same way and write down the number so that you will get the unique number. So this is number 8 paintbrush. So that's all. I'm just throwing that away and I'm done with my reference sheet. So I hope everybody is done till here, and don't forget to send me your reference sheet picture when you guys are done making with all of your tools. So as I showed you, like in the transfer punch set, there are total 28 punch sets, so I made all till 28. And do the same with your these nail art tools. These are the nail art tools, number 1 to number 6. So use all the tools whatever you guys have. Okay, where are my nail art tools? Here. Now we are start working on our dot mandala. So this is our first project, but still it is not our real project because we are working in the paper. So later on we can transfer the whole thing into the canvas panel or the canvas, maybe the bigger size, maybe the smaller size, maybe the circular, maybe the rectangle. So it would be easier for you to decide how you actually want to make that real project. So you can refresh your screen, maybe gaming for live. So as I showed you, again I'm showing you, these are the two variations of the same project. In this one I use three colors: golden, copper and silver. Here I keep variation in the colors starting from the white all the way to the red with yellows and red. So first one, I'm choosing three colors of any three colors I'm going to choose. Please decide what colors you want. I am choosing three very different colors, the same pink, as well as I'm choosing one yellow very different, and one, so I'm choosing these three, so it's really very clear for you guys to see. You decide your color, what you want to use actually in your project. See how beautiful contrast you can see in this one, right? I'm just putting one darker pink just to see if which pink will look better. Maybe I choose the darker pink in the project. Okay, so these are the three colors which I'm going to go over. And how are we going to start? So first I'm going to check my reference picture, and I'm going to choose my 9 number, the biggest circle in the center. So it is supposed to be very center, and how you will get the very center, just look it from the top, don't work it from the side. So from the side you might get little here and there. So especially when you are working from the center, make it a little closer to you and take your center color. I'm starting for the yellow as the center color, and keep your paper closer to you. Okay, look at this, like it's looking even everywhere, and just go it from the very center. If you want to make it a little bigger, you can go one more time. That's it, and we are done with this, so we need to clean it. You can damp your paper a little bit to clean it, or maybe you can clean them later with the soap. They are just the plastic, so it's very easy to clean them. You see here is a little bubble in the center. So what you can do, you can use either the Q-tip or this kind of tool and just pop this bubble. Yes, and then you can set your dot like that. So this is really important for the bigger dots. Now it is looking flat and good. Awesome. Now we are going to use our all these nail art tools. Although I haven't made these tools here again, because this will take like a lot of time. Again, I already made one reference sheet with you guys here. So please make this reference sheet at home. Okay, please make reference sheet with all these tools at home. This is really important. Okay, and send me the picture. Here we are going to make the 16 dots now. So I'm using my 3rd number. You must have all these, they all have different numbers, they all have different sizes, I mean. So I'm making them tiny to big. So 1 2 3 4 5, I'm using the middle number, the 3rd one, the average size of the dot, using with the pink, and making the dots over all these intersections which we have. We have beautiful markings, so we need not to worry. We can do this without marking also, you know, but that take more precision in hand and a lot of practice. So it's good if we start with the markings. This is our first dot line. Let me make it a little over here. Okay, and again we need to clean it. So this is the number 3 which I used. So I can see in my reference picture, So this is my number 3 one, and now I want to increase it. So for the increasing, I would like to go to the number 5 now here. This is the bigger dot, and I'm changing my color to blue. This is what we are going to do. We are going to keep changing the color in every single line. What's a glue stick? Glue stick is the stick which you put in the glue gun, right? This is the glue stick you put in the glue gun. And in between 2 dots, now we are putting 1 dot. So in between 2 dots, try to stay close to the 2 dots. Tell me if you guys want me to wait or if any questions. Wooden dowels are really a very good example of making dotting tools. I have worked a lot with wooden dowels, but right now I don't have. So this is my second layer of the dots. And now again we are going to increase the size. So this is, I already used the number 5 here. That is why we need the reference sheet, right? So now I'm using my this number 6 of this. So I'm increasing one size bigger than this. Okay, number 5 to number 6, and now I'm using the yellow again. And this time I'm going to put in between these 2 yellows. And the problem with the paper is, like, if you mess up, then it would be really difficult to clean that up. So be slow, and because every single dot is really important, and if they are mixing, if they are like kind of spreading way too much. Are you guys, how do you erase the pencil markings afterwards? So Lekya Bella, on the paper, pencil markings are easy to erase with the eraser, with the precision eraser. It's easy. But the thing is, this is not your final version, right? Is it? Because this is your practice. So let it be. And in the canvas, we are not going to use the pencil. We are going to use the white charcoal pencil for the markings. But we cannot use white charcoal pencils on this paper because that will smudge everywhere. So next session, we will make the project on the canvas panel. Okay, so I'm going to work next class on a 8" by 8" canvas panel on the square one. So I'm going to make all the markings with the white charcoal pencil on that one, and so that we can get rid of that white charcoal pencil later easily. Okay, now it's the time to use the pink color again, and I'm done with these. I'm done with the nail art tool, the biggest size. Now we are going to take over with our crochet hooks. So as you can see, all my crochet hooks are here. So I'm using the first one, the smallest one, with the pink color. We are going to use our nail art tools later for making the walking dots, which we are going to make at the very end. We already have beautiful circles, so don't worry, we will not go here and there. We'll stay on the line and our circle will look beautiful and pretty. when these colors dry very well, so maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow, then we can erase the lines easily. So if they're touching, maybe you can try to clean that up a little bit. Otherwise, you can just leave them like that. Yes. And now it's time to clean your tool. And now I'm going to use the number 2. This one is the number 1, and now I'm looking at my reference sheet, and number 2 is perfect for the next line. And I'm changing the color to the, after the pink, it's the blue. So again, in between the 2 dots. So this is the very easy and the very basic dot painting which we are doing today. But if we do this one beautifully, then we can easily progress to the little difficult level and little bigger projects easily. I hope everyone is catching up well. I'm looking at the chat. If you guys have any questions, please write down. Enamel paints are also good. Gloss enamel paint, they also work fine. They are also very very shiny. How is it looking, guys? Is it coming up well? Coming along good? I chose 3 distinctive colors so that it would be clear in the video. Now I'm using the yellow color, and I used number 2 just now, right? Now it's the time for number 3. So I'm done with number 1 and 2. Now it's the number 3 for the yellow color. So we keep increasing the number, and we keep changing the dotting tool, and we keep changing the color. This is exactly what I did in my big project. I chose 3 colors, 3 metallic colors, silver, golden and bronze, and I keep changing the colors. That I made with the transfer punch set because that's a big project, and I really want to increase the numbers slowly so that I got this bigger piece. So that's the idea. If you guys want to make the bigger piece in the same design, you can go ahead and get the bigger piece and make it. Keep rotating your paper so that every single time you get a clear space to put your hand and make a beautiful perfect dot. That is really important. If you don't have space, and if you think let me put it here, so it is like high chances that if you you might mess up because you are not getting the perfect view. If it is closer to you, you get a perfect view to put your dots in the perfect alignment. I'm done with the number 3. Now I'm changing my dotting tool to number 4, and I'm changing my color to pink. And again in between. How are you guys doing? Please write down in the chat. Are you guys doing? How can we pick the tool for any dot painting? Is there any order? Is there any order we should follow, like from small dot to big dot? Yes, Monica, that is why we made this reference sheet. This reference sheet is really important to decide what number actually we are going to use. And when you see the space and when you see the design, some designs we really want to increase the size a lot, like what I'm seeing now. Like I'm working with the 4. Next I would like to use the 6 instead of 5 because the distance is getting bigger now, as you can see, right? So 5 won't work. So yeah, that's how you decide the size, because it is growing like every single side in the circular manner. So that's how we decide how close you want, how loose you want, or what is the demand of the pattern. So like there is no hard and fast rule for that, but what is the design is set up of, like what is the requirement of the design, we decide accordingly. On cardstock paper wrinkles are coming. Yes, Aruna, that is the problem. That's why I told. So cardstock is just for your practice and just to find out your color combination, that if is it actually the color which we are looking for, because if we start working on the canvas, then it will be difficult to like change the color. So to decide your color, it is really important. Like let me show you. So I'm done with the number 4, right? And now it's the time with number 5. So I'm just writing here number 5 now here, so that I know I'll start with the number 5. So let me show you this one. So as you see, I showed you this pattern, right? So this is the big pattern which I showed you. So this is the paper version of it which I made before I started making on this one. So this is the paper and like it is all crinkled, but it would be easier for me. I really like this design, and then I came up with this design. So this is really important to work on the paper. Maybe you might not work all the way. Maybe you work just in one area and you just get the idea of it. And it is really important, like if this is the one, like you see I made on the paper. This is just a very easy example we might do sometime. And generally I decide on the paper, like here is the heart design which I just showed you. So I did it on the red cardstock and I divided it into this thing, and like these are the other designs. So I always make on the paper first before I go actually on the canvas panel. So yeah, that is how we are supposed to do. So now we are kind of done for today. So I'm waiting for you guys. If you guys want to ask any questions or write down anything in the chat, how did you like, if you want to give me any feedback or anything about today's session, because this is also my first ever session of dot art online streaming. I took a lot of summer camps and a lot of like skill-based class on the dot art one-on-one at my home, at my place. So then that experience is acceptably, like, you know, that experience is absolutely different than this experience. I can't see you guys, I can see your work. I don't see what tools you guys are using, what paper you guys are using. So I'm not sure you can play basketball, Diksha, I'm sorry. And as you see, there are no characters today because you see yesterday night there was some glitch in the internet at our house, so we have to reset everything. I'm sorry for that, maybe next time. And yes, please send me picture of your tools, of your this first artwork, of your reference sheet. How do you know how much paint to put on the tool? My dot doesn't look smooth. This is really important, Linda. So that's why we are doing the practice. Like let me make my 5th number with the blue color. You see I'm putting it into this. So this is wrong if it's going all the way side. This is what we never want. You see, this is wrong. So we have to clean this up. because it's coming all the way to the outside, and when we are going to make the dot, so it will not be the perfect circular. So this is wrong. And if you are just touching and taking, like you see, it's getting everywhere similar, like kind of. So this is actually what we want. It's not coming everywhere. And then we are going to put perfect, right? Is this what you are asking, Linda? How do you know how much paint to put on the tool? Yeah, this much is the paint which I want you to put on the tool. Not doing really good, but not bad. It's okay, gaming for life. It's the beginning, so don't worry. Do you use that in these classes? What do I use in these classes? Thank you, Linda. Yeah, no worries. So yes, Aruna, I use all these tools, so that's why I have like lot of tools, 2 or 3 sets of the transfer punch sets, lot of different, like 3 or 4 sets of the nail art tools, because a lot of kids work together. So yeah, I have a lot of these tools. I use all these tools and all these stuff in my classes. Yes, Aruna, punch set tools. I use punch set tools. So actually I use punch set tools with like kind of 10 plus kids, but all 6, 7, 8 years, I always use these tools because they are just the plastic. They don't have any point. So they are like no way that they can harm. But in these punch tools, you know, they have this point on the top. So I don't give them to small kids. So all 10 plus, 12 plus kids use these kind of tools, but all younger kids use these crochet hooks in my skill-based classes. Sounds good. So next class, we will learn how to do the walking dots. We will complete this pattern. We will make the walking dots on the corner, and we will start working on our actual canvas panel. Okay, and we will learn how to change the color gradually from the center to the outwards. Okay, you can choose whatever style you want. You can choose like this way, which I showed you on the paper, or maybe you can choose this style, like going gradually from light to dark. Okay, so yeah, so I'll give you the both options and we can start working on that. So for now, next project, I would like everybody to have 8" by 8" canvas panel. You can have bigger also, no worries, because you can leave the space and you can put anything else, but at least 8" by 8" canvas panel, or the canvas or the wooden board, maybe square, maybe circle, anything, any shape will work. Sounds good. And then in the next class, I will tell you about the second project, what size we want, maybe the bigger size, and I'll show you the project also. What are walking dots, you will know in the next class. Okay, no worries. We'll practice about the walking dots. We need the nail art tools for the walking dots for sure. Okay guys, time to say goodbye. See you tomorrow for the mandala drawing, for the mandala session. Dots, yes, dots, you know, Virgila, what is a line? When we talk about a line is nothing but a walking dot, right? So dots walks, yes. Thank you, Diksha. Bye bye guys. See you in the next session. Bye.